All right. Good morning. Welcome to the Coffee and Craps Show with John from Pro Craps. Cajun Craps. You got the exact right message here. You can tell you missed your show, right? But your other comment, you can tell by how long John plays if he won or lost. I'm guessing not today. You're right, not today. We got our asses kicked out there today. What do I always tell you? Time is your enemy, right? When I have a daily paycheck show that goes like 8 minutes, you know it's a good one, right? We're in and out. Bye-bye, right? These strategies that are grinder strategies like this one is, oh boy, if it don't go well early, it don't go well. And time is never going to be your friend in these kind of things. Today was a rough one. I'll recap it for you in a minute in case you haven't seen it yet. So yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about. I've got a big announcement to make here in just a minute though. So give me a second here to kind of start the show off. And I want to remind you all what I remind you of Monday, and I'll get more details here as we go. But we are, my hosting outfit, Premier Hosting that I work with, we are putting on Dice Cruise 3, leaving out of Texas in April, going through Mexico and Honduras. It's going to be really cool. It's me, it's Feldman, it's Don Wood will be there, Eric Hazel will be there, and the one and only Howard Rock and Roller will be there for the full week. We're going to have casino closed downtime table training sessions with all the guys. We're going to run classes, no cost, just get on the cruise and hang out with us and shoot and play and the whole thing. It's going to be just one of those awesome things I'm looking forward to. I've never been on a cruise. I told you before, I've never been on a cruise. I've bought cruises. I've given them away to family, but I've never been on one. I am stoked to be on this one with you all. We have a limited number of rooms. So if you want to go, let me know. My phone number is here on screen. It's at 702-518-6442. That'll get right to my phone. You can text me there as well, or email me, john@procraps.net. Either way, let me know if you want to go. I'll need to just get you registered with the Premier group. You'll be in the list, get you on the boat, and we'll get it all figured out. If you're well qualified, obviously the cruise will be covered, and we can inspect your play at, based on your past play at Caesars or whatever. If you're brand new to this, then you're not going to have a history like I don't really, and you'll have to cover the cost. But otherwise, it's just the dock fee. So, yeah, that's announcement number one. Let's move into the other part of the show here, and we are going to talk about the storm. I am going to talk about situational play. I'm not going to talk about trends today, but I am going to talk to you about this. And here's my big announcement. I hope you all are ready for this. Everybody ready for this? How many people we got? We got 24 people here. Only 24 people. Somebody else must be live right now. I'm going to put this screen up and you can tell all your friends what I'm about. I'm going to share this with you now. Tell everybody you know. You ready? You ready? Here it is. This is the Craps for the Cure update. Now, what I have up here is a thank you staff screen. Okay. This is the folks that kind of were in there the whole 24 hours working with me. We got a call last night from Lori at Veterans Moving Forward that we have, I got to pass it along. She was wickedly, undeniably, outrageously impressed by everybody, by all the staff that worked the entire thing, right? By all the people who came, people flying in from Hawaii just to hang out for a couple of hours, right? For people coming in from Mexico to donate stuff. Like, she was like, you guys are real. Like, this is your community is awesome. We raised enough money to fully fund a dog. The first 2/3 of it, we can buy the dog, the initial training, the insurance, for all that stuff. We don't cover the full 40, but we got about 30,000 raised. We're right about 30,000. So we get to name the dog. That's the prize back to us is we got permission from Lori and from Vets Moving Forward we get to name the dog, which is pretty cool. Now the rules around naming the dog are this: the dog needs to be named after a veteran, preferably like a war hero, right? Somebody who's, not famous, but like has a story. That's a respectable kind of awesome story. I want to name the dog after Chiro, right? I said, let's find a way to name the dog after Chiro. We can honor our friend through the dog, right? And that legacy live forever. Well, guess what? I was able to combine the two. I did some research last night. I found a veteran whose name is Henry Mucci. Chiro's last name was Mucci. Not related, but this guy was actually like a super, I'll share it with you later on, big time hero. He fought in World War I, World War II, and Korea. They sent him on a special mission back to Panama to rescue like 130 POWs. They actually made a movie about that. They made a movie about this guy. I'm going to watch the movie over the weekend. But nickname was Mooch. Chiro's nickname was Mooch. Our dog is going to be named Mooch. So there it is. We've gotten to name the dog. It's going to be a black or a chocolate lab. She's not sure yet which one they're going to get as a pup. It just depends on a few tests passing, I guess. But yeah, we have raised enough money to purchase a dog for vets moving forward. We're going to name it Mooch in honor of both Henry Moochie, the war hero, and our good friend, our lost good friend, Chiro Moochie. So there it is. We did it, folks. We hit the goal. Not the full financial goal, but we hit the goal of at least being able to fund the purchase and the initial training, food, and insurance, vet fees for the dog. So congratulations, everybody out there. Thank you all. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. Right, we pulled it off. I still am awestruck that we pulled this thing off, and we did it. How about that, right? So there it is. There's your. I can end the show right there. We can just be done for the day and walk away and be like, yeah, we did a thing. Yeah, R.I.P. Chiro for sure. SJ, and thank you for your donations, obviously, and congrats to your wife on winning one of the auction items. So, pretty cool, pretty damn cool what we did. I say all the time, I don't have words. I find the words, but I really don't have them. It's like, that's pretty freaking cool. So, all right, there's that. Cajun Crabs, Jay, qualified player. Oh, was there a question about the qualified player? Let me go see. Was there a question about that? A qualified player. So qualified player from the, let me go back to the cruise page. From the cruise standpoint is this. So when if you have a host or you have a player's card, you're playing at the tables, you drop your card and you're getting rated by the pit folks or your slot play. And you go from like, I just got a card for the first day and I've been playing craps or whatever for a long time and I've got a high rating with the casino and you're getting comps, that's a qualified player. So when you have enough tier points, credits, or historical play to be a comped kind of player, that's where the cruise gets covered. And we have to look at that. So if you're with us and you're a Caesars member, we can look at the Caesars rewards, your points that you've got. We can't see your personal data. We can just see your points. If you're with, Sahara's, Infinity, or if you're with Station Casinos, we can take a look at your historical play, let the cruise know this person has played, they're rated a blah, 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 gold level, platinum level, whatever it is with whatever casinos. That lets the cruise know that you're coming to play, right? And that way they'll comp the room. That's what that means. Qualified is up to the cruise casino group to decide based on your previous play at other casinos, because they run their own casinos. We don't all have players cards for the cruise. We have players cards for Caesars or whatever else. So they take that into account, and that's what that is. So that's why I say if you want to do this thing, contact me directly. We'll get you into our core group of players, and then we can take a look at where you are and then figure out what the rate's going to be. Some players are getting half rates, some players are getting full rates depending on your historical play. That's what qualified means as far as this goes. And again, there's no like chart that I can give you that the casinos make the call based on what that play looks like. It's up to them. So we submit that all in. A lot of guys or a lot of players that come are 7-star, double diamond, whatever. They're guaranteed comp because they're playing, $10K a month kind of thing. So, all right, there's that. Let's get into other things. Oh, the storm. Let's talk about the freaking storm. What's funny about the storm? The storm is coming, Waylon, out of Texas. It's going to be out of Galveston, Texas. It's going to be for a week. It's going to be in April. If you want to do it, drop me that line, right? El Toro is here. Dude, you're living down that way too. You want to go on this cruise? Let's figure it out. Drop me a line, dude. Let's figure it out. I would love. Can you imagine me, El Toro, Waylon, and the Premier guys on the same boat? Holy crap! I know that also Eddie Bird Dog, and I know that Sarge also live in Texas, right? Easy drive. I know that Ken from Ken Knows Gambling lives in Texas. Easy squeezy. Let's get him down there. Right, let's get all the players, man. Let's do this. Let's have a Southern fried cruise. How fun would that be? Oh my God, Waylon, make it happen, baby. Make it happen. The last thing you want to be trapped on a ship. Yeah, I hear you there. My wife is always nervous about cruises. I know it's unfounded, but she's a microbiologist. My wife is a micro. She's been a micro her whole life, and she's like, she always tells me, the bugs are going to get us all. She's like, the Israel thing, the World War III thing, it's all BS. A bug is going to get us all. And she's like, when COVID happened, she's like, see, I told you, this is how it's going to end for the world. Not this one, but maybe the next one. She's all in. She's like, cruises are petri dishes. I'm never getting on a boat. But I'm like, honey, free cruise, free food, free drinks. What could be better? What could be better, right? And if we all catch it and die, whatever, man, we're all together. Anyway, if you don't have history, you can go to the ship site and purchase for sure, right? But book it through me. If you don't have a history, book it through me anyway. Give me your stuff. We'll book it for you, right? That way you're part of, quote unquote, the group. We have group rates on the rooms too, and we'll help you build the history. So that's sort of the plus of having a casino host, is that we can take care of a lot of the BS for you. So let us do all the legwork. If you want to come, Albert, let's do it. Come contact me and we'll make sure we make that. That's the whole point, right? Being a host it's like concierge service, right? That's what I do for them. When I work with Premier, I'm the liaison between you and the casino, you and the cruise. I'll deal with everything. All you got to do is say, hi, I want to come. And we'll take care of it. That's the whole point of having a host. So come to me, I'll help you all out. Now let's talk storm. Oh boy, the storm. Waylon wrote me a text. I'm going to read you this text. Hold on, let me put my glasses on because this is funny. Today on the storm, or on the daily, if you missed the Daily Paycheck Show today, you're missing good stuff. You're missing great content because I'm so funny. I'm awesome. Today, shooter number 1, 17 roller. Shooter number 2, 13 roller. Shooter number 3, 14 roller. John, on a right side strategy, lost nearly $1,000. How the hell does that happen, right? Waylon writes me and says, wish we would have been in a real casino with those rolls. I'd be a few $1,000s richer today, right? That's what Waylon says to me this morning after those rolls. I'm out there bitching up a storm because I'm throwing great. I threw really well. Matter of fact, the storm, as you know, the opening play, right? $50 don't pass. My first shot, come out 7, take the $50. Okay, that sucks. Come out ace deuce, press it up a little bit, set a point of 8, boom, knock the 8 off, right? With the big odds. So I come out with a point of 8, right? I've already lost $50 when I come out 7. I got 75 and 180 on the 8, and I buckshot the son of a bitch, right? So I go down out of the gate. I'm down 75 plus 180 plus the 50 on the first roll. I'm down like $300 and some without even blinking, right? Okay, whatever. We never got out of the box. Not 0 hits. Set the don't again. Come back up. Point of 4. Hit one number. Hit the 4 again, knock out my odds and the don't pass a second straight time. I'm down like $640 before I even blinked. On shooter 1, I buckshotted 2 points, right? Took the whole don't pass and all the odds away. Went on a decent little run there, made it about $100 back. Second shooter, the same thing. Set a point of 9, buckshot the 9, right? We get out of the hand, do our thing. Fourth shooter comes up. Same thing, set a point, knock the point off. So I'd hit the point with big odds on it before I got my 2 shots today. Before I got my 2 shots, I did it 4 times, right? It cost me $1,000, which is brutal. Now, if you're a right side player, you're like, that guy just rolled 4 times in a row, 3 times in a row, over 15 in the teens today, right? Shooting like a champion, right? But the hybrid play that the storm is this, it's a hybrid play. It's a 6, 7, 8. It's like, hey, here's a big old bet on a 7. Just in case you suck, let's get our 2 hits. Well, guess what? Our 2 hits today came on the points, and it cost us money today. So being that hybrid scared sort of play today cost me about $1,000. Now I made back $250. Okay, so the rest of the storm worked. Getting out of the hand the times that I did, making the money on the across bets worked. It made the $250 it's supposed to make. It does reliably do really well if you're out of the hand. The problem is that those odds either save your ass like they did yesterday, or they crush you like they did today. Those hedge plays, again, it's a save, or it's a destruction. And we got destroyed 4 times today. So brutal. And I want to like the strategy. I want to like it. because it speaks to me. It's like, get me safe for a couple of rolls, right? You look at our desired three-phase play. Get me safe in 2 rolls. It's made for that, right? You get the big don't. You have your cross bet. You come down, and you're safe in 2 rolls. I love that. And when it works out, it's a beautiful thing. Then we're in this getting up phase, right? And today in the get up phase, we got up. Matter of fact, every time we got even in the hand, our phase 2 play worked. I'm going to show you what I did today on the phase 2 play. It worked every single time. We made an extra $100 every single time. That's how we made money, right? In the go off phase, we failed. We never got off. We never had the home run today. This strategy is trying to find that home run and just wasn't there today. I'm telling you, it's so frustrating to shoot good on a right side strategy and still lose money. That don't pass today, it's a thing. And Waylon and I were talking in chat about the idea being, hey, baccarat the line. I could say ladder the line. I could have laddered the don't and been okay, right? We could have done a lot of things to get out of that, but the storm itself is that play. It's not play the box one way and play the line another way like the red cross does. The red cross won because we played the box one way and the line a different way. This one, they got to be played in tandem. They're supposed to work together, not as 2 separate things like the other ones. If I could change it, I would change it. I may actually call Greg and Chris today and talk about it, but I'm feeling like this is not the way to make a paycheck. This way here doesn't feel paycheck worthy. For whatever reason, it's just not working for me. I like the red cross so much better, so much more reliable to me, that style of play. Or a normal 6, 7, 8 was way more reliable than this thing is. So it's been a challenge this week. And last week I was 1-4. This week I'm 2-2. I'm not feeling it. I will talk with the guys, with Chris and Greg. So there we go. Now you're saying, and I'm reading this, I'm gonna get away from the DP odds, right? And El Toro's agreeing, higher DP, less odds, right? And with the higher DP, less odds, here's the problem. Let me go to the table. I'm going to show you. I'll replay the strategy, and the problem with the higher DP on this one is unless you're super well funded, you're going to have the same problem. Okay, here is the deal, right? The targeted level in the box is this. We're targeting. I'm not sure if El Toro saw the what we're doing out there in the garage, but here it is. It's going to be 204 across. Okay, effectively. It won't quite be that because one of these will go away, but 204 across. It's going to be 25 on the 4 and 10, right? Because they pay 50 for 1. 35 on the 5 and 9 also pays 50 for 1. And 42 on the 6 and 8 also pays, 50 for 1. Okay, that is the levels of the across bets. We start with a small don't pass, and we go with full odds. Now let's say the point is 8. Okay, we'll take the 8 down. We don't need that, and it's going to be 180 in odds. And the reason for this play, and I know what they're doing, is they're keeping the don't pass small to avoid a problem with the come out 7. If a come out 7 happens, you're only getting whacked for $50. If I went out there here, let's say we went out there instead for $200 on the don't. Now the come out 7 is a soul crusher. That's the reason why we keep the don't pass small. I don't want to fight the come out 7 or 11 for $200. Now, once we're set, $200 is the perfect amount because what I've got out here is 162 right now. When I take the 8 away, $200 against 162 is a $40 win if the 7 comes. That's beautiful. When I do get my 2 hits, and again, the way that this thing works, I can take my 2 hits. Let's just pretend we got it, right? The first one pays 50, the 4 and 10 come down. Right, you know the drill, 10, 10, and there. The second one, now what I can do here, by the way, right, what's out here right now is 42, 52, 62, 72, 82, and 50, 132. This could be reduced to 150. I could take a reduction, but I won't. Let's say the 9 comes, again, it's $50, right? We'll take the 9 and the 5 down to minimum. 6 down to minimum, and it's a beautiful regression, right? There's my 100, and we'll call it 75. 100 and 150, 175. Well, let's call it, it's 162. We'll call it the 175. I've got $35 in profit. I'm playing 54 across. and I've got this massive don't sitting there now, right? Having the big don't is great early. If I would have buckshotted the point, I still lose 200 bucks. It doesn't matter. When I'm out here for 2 rolls exposed, whether this is 50 plus 180 or $200 flat, I'm still exposed to what happened today. I still would have lost 200 bucks either way. It doesn't matter. I would have lost 200 bucks 4 times today, 800 bucks. I still got crushed. Now, what I would probably do here is something like this, right? Go out here for 180 on the 8, right? Place the point for 180, take a $20 win on the 7, take a $10 win on the 8, and kind of cancel that out and just go right side the rest of it, right? Lock myself into that $30 in profit no matter what happens. That's a way to kind of get through this thing. But we today had this problem of this. I would get set up and set it back up again with the 204. There's my 6. Let's put these bets back out here. Okay, there we are. There's our 204. The problem I had today was I would be here and boom, throw an 8, lose 200 bucks without ever collecting anything. Like, okay, great. Now I got no money off the table. I lost 200 bucks in the don't. Back to the don't. 11 on the come out. Lose 200 bucks. Back on the don't. Set a point of 4. So I reset my 8 with 42 bucks. This is exactly what happened today, right? Reset the 8, right? Next throw, 3-1 freaking 4. Lose another 200 bucks. In my case, it was a 50 with odds, right? That's the thing. If this is huge or small bet big odds or big flat, either way, it doesn't save you from what happened to me today, which is buckshot in the points. Again, I'm throwing great, right? I made the point of 8 twice. I made a point of 9 once. I made a point of 4 once. I threw great today, but because it came too early, those points, we got killed down there. And I think a big don't would not have mattered. The big don't would not have mattered one bit today. It would have hurt me on the come outs and it wouldn't have helped me in the other stuff. Today's rolls was just complete. What's the word I'm looking for? What did Garrison call it the other day? Let me go back to up here. What did Garrison call that? He called that a torpedo table, where no matter where your bets are, the dice find the exact thing that they need to get you. That's what that was today. That was an absolute freaking torpedo. It was brutal, right? So yeah, the small flat was there to get me out of the come out without too much pain. The odds are there for a very short time. I can pull the odds back easily, and then I'm in a good spot. I just threw too good today. Today I just threw too good, and I hurt myself by being awesome. So and you're right. The unicorn style systems get destroyed by this, right? The Moonbow, it was a good idea. However, I look at that and I say every time I have a point of 9, which today was twice, that giant lay gets killed. You know what I mean? It's like, and then he goes to the don't odds. That would have been a double whack, right? Set the point of 9, buckshot the 9, you're out $2,000, right? That would have been really tough, right? Hybrid plays hard, right? And it's all about this idea of, let me go back to the next screen here. It's all about this dream of getting out quick, right? Getting out quick and regressing so you can play long for the hot roll. That's the whole point of doing this. But when you're so hedged like that, you have to put so much money out there to save yourself that when that gets hit, you get weighed underneath, and it's just tough. Today was just a bad day. Anyway, let's go back here and let's talk about ways that we can get up. So we've been talking about like the reasons for this, right? You go out and you lock up quickly. On the storm, as you saw just now, if we get the move pulled off, the move pulled off means you got your 2 hits at 50 for 1, you're left with $54 out there in bets, or 52 in bets. You got 30 bucks locked up in profit. All your bets are out there on the table, the don't pass plus your box. You're locked up with 30 bucks, okay? Then we're looking at phase 2. That's phase 1, get out. Phase 1 is get out. Phase 2, how can I turn that 52 bucks or whatever it is in the box into something that I can lock up and say, I'm walking away with a profit for sure on this shooter. Monday, we did same betting, okay? Tuesday, we did a slow crawl. We did a little bit of come betting, just kind of eased into it. That actually worked pretty well for us, right? Yesterday, we talked about going something completely different. Let's take our bets and let's completely change strategies. Today, I'm going to talk about doubling up, right? Being really aggressive in that next phase. This is what I did today, and it worked every single time today. Doing something hardcore in that second round. So let me go to the table here and give you kind of a window into what I'm talking about as doubling up Buttercup. What I mean by that is this. Let's assume that we're here. We have our don't pass. And again, I can eliminate the don't pass. I don't really care so much about that bet, but let's do this. Let's put ourselves in a spot where we have our cross bets. We did our move, and here's our 54 across, minus the point. We have a don't pass on the 4 minus the point. Phase 1 nets us this. We have $30 in the rack in profit. Let's get the dice out of the way. We have 30 bucks in profit in the rack. Everything is paid for. The odds came down, the initial 204 came down, and we locked up the 50 bucks, right? So this is all free play. What you can say about this free play at this point is you're guaranteed about another 50 bucks. If the 7 comes, right, you're here, and that's extra profit. This just stays out, right? If the 4 comes, you lose that, but you're still playing with the $54. You're locking this in for sure, and you're guaranteed to be able to play. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to show you what I did today that worked really good. And my initial tact here was to double up what I had out here. Now, what I'll do is we'll place the 4 for a quarter. Actually, I'll place it for 30 bucks, okay? 30 bucks gives me a $10 win on a 4 against the 50 bucks here. The 7 gives me a $20 win. I'm just basically going to hedge this off because I want to play the box a very specific way. Points 4, let's roll a dice, and I'll show you what I'm trying to pull off here. There's a 9. We're going to try and double this 54 if I can. I want to lock that in before I go for the home run. Remember, I'm 2 rolls in. I got 50 for 1. I got 50 for 1. This is roll 3 after the point gets set. We're on a point and we're out on a 9. The 9 pays 15 for 1. Okay, let's pretend we can drop $1 in there, and it's a full press. We're going to go with the tier pressure, right? 1 thing hits twice, or 4 things hit, period. Right now, this of course will fail today because it's demo time, right? There's a 437. What happens here, by the way? 50 bucks, and we're good. I'm okay with that result, right? I'm okay with that result. Actually, we lose this here too. So it ends up being a $20 net for us. Let's reset it. I'll leave the 30 bucks there. Leave the 50 bucks here. Let's go back. Puck will be off. Let's set a point. Point is 9. Where's my puck? There's the 9. I'll move the 10 to the 4. Now let's roll it out here, and let's just 7. I want to make the play happen, and then we'll do the double up. There's a 10, so 50 for 1 early. Another 1. Good Lord, look at the 7s coming here, right? I'm trying to simulate the actual roll happening. See what I mean, right? Lose your thing down there. Let's do it again. New point. How funny is this, right? There's a 4 is the point. Okay, 4 is the point. I'm going to leave the bets at the low level. I want to simulate the thing working. Oh my God, another 7. So here's a case, right, where you're in the storm, you set the point, you have the don't pass with the massive odds, you tie. Puck is off. We'll just do it again. 10. All right, point is 10. Can the storm work? Again, assume 204, assume massive odds. Yo, I just want to get out of it. Oh my God, a yo and aces. I should just be full simulation mode. There's a 4. 4 pays 50 for 1, and it comes down. Another aces. Good Lord, John. 6. Okay, there's our 2 hits. There's a 4 hit, the 6 hit. You're 50 for 1. The odds come down. You're in your profit. Now you're here. This is the time. Let's show you what doubling up hopefully can be looking like. As another aces. Look at that. 3 aces in 5 rolls. 8. Okay. There's the 8. It pays 14 bucks and we double it. Right? Full press on the 8. I'm going to put the 2 bucks right there. Another one. Oh my God, look at this. Look at the aces today. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy, there's a 9. All right, there's a 9. Again, that pays 15 for 1. Hammer it. 8 and 9, that's 2 numbers that are up high. There's a 6, that's our third one. This happened to me twice today, by the way. I got here where I had 3 numbers pressed up. I needed the money shot. This is the money shot. You either get something to repeat or you get 4. And I kept 7ing out at this point. There's a 5. Okay, so the 5 wins, 15 for 1. And what you do here is this. Watch, 15 for 1. Bring it all back. This is the one and only regression that I do. Right, that goes there. We're back to 54 across. If I take the whites as a red, there's 25, there's 50, 55. We doubled up. That move, the full press, full press, full press, regress move, works. Locks up 50 bucks. And that actually completely covers up the don't. That makes that bet completely paid for, right? Your profit on the shooter is the 30 bucks that you took off the table to start the round in phase 1, plus 56 bucks or whatever it's going to be in that double up phase in phase 2, right? We're locked. We have an $85 profit locked on the shooter. Now you go to phase 3. Now we go to the ceiling. That's a way to double up, okay? Another way to double up is, we said on Monday, same bet 4 or 5 times, right? You same bet 5 times, you get 14, 14, 14, 14, right? You're close to doubling up. This way can be a little bit quicker because you can get a double tap on a number and be out of there, right? Now you're ready to go, right? So phase 2 plays to me are once I am out of the hand and have my first regression, play something aggressive. Either passively same bet or aggressively hammer the numbers to get myself here. And now I'm satisfied. I got out of the hand. I have a profit on that shooter of $85, in this case, $85, and I'm set up for the home run. If the home run happens, I can make this $54 look like 1,000 in, 10 or so rolls. You can make these things increase pretty quick. You go press, press, pull, press, press, pull on the numbers. On a good shooter, you're gonna make a ton of money, right? That's the idea, get yourself set up. That's the double up buttercup strategy. I did it today with tier pressure. I used tier pressure to be the double up play, okay? You could also do it like this, right? Let's take these out of here and say, I'm just gonna go right away and look for a homer, right? Instead of taking the 54 across, let's go back to the $30 in profit. We'll take this back to the bank and pretend like it never happened. You could also say, screw it. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna say, I'll take my don't pass down because I really don't care. I'm just gonna go with maybe a $20 4 and 10 and a $5 hard 4 hard 10 and bring back 4 bucks, okay? And here I am. What I've done is I've taken my don't pass down, which I know you're not supposed to do, right? You could hedge it off, but if the point is 10, I wanna be on it. I wanna be making money here. That's the only reason why I would make that move. You could also leave it there and make this look like 60 or 70 bucks. It's 6 and 1, okay? If the point is 9 and I was 50 bucks here, I'd make the 9 look like 40, just place it off. But I wanna focus on not so much that play, I wanna focus you on this idea. Let's just go to a 410, right? We got out of the hand, we got 30 bucks in locked, I brought back my don't pass, right? So I'm out of the hand with a $30 profit. And trying to double myself up before I start shooting the moon. We did throw a 4 in this hand, right? We threw a 4 a minute ago in that setup. We had, I forget what the numbers were, but one was a 4, but you could sit out here and there's a 7. You could sit out here and go 410 Bank Street and just say, I'm just gonna go and flip the 4 and 10. I'm gonna go from $20 on a 4 to 40, right? And make it look like 50 bucks. I'll take $10 back, which was part of what I started with. and turn that 50 into $100, right? Go to 150 on it on the second hit, right? Go from 20 to 40 on the first hit, 20 to 50 rather, 50 to 150, and then take $300 off this table and get out of here, right? Try and flip a 4 or a 10 in that respect and turn that $20 into 450 on a shooter that rolls a bunch of 4s, right? That's pretty cool. If one of them happens to come over here, even better. Even better, right? That's actually super cool. You know me, right? I love this play on the 4. One of my favorite 4 bets is this. $40 or the 10 rather. $40 there and $15 here is a pretty cool, actually I'm sorry, $20 here and $15 on the hard way is a cool bet. That's a really cool bet because look what happens here. On 20, on a buy with a $15 hard way, 20 pays 40. On an easy 4, you'd lose that. It goes right back and you take your quarter, which is pretty awesome, right? You can rack a quarter, even though it's costing you a tiny bit. Now, if a hard way comes, look at this, it's $20 here, right? And it's 35 times 3 over here, it's 105, right? Look at that. That's $150 essentially, right? 140 coming back on a hard way. I love that play. And if I'm already rocked on profit, why not take that shot? 40, 40, 5, 5. Take the shot in the 4 and 10. Try and do better than double your money after you're out of the hand. These are just, we were talking the other day about like, and actually somebody wrote me and said, hey, I can't wait to see more strategies from you. There are no more strategies. Like, watch Waylon. Watch Waylon. You want a strategy? Watch Waylon. Waylon's got a million ways to play, right? Watch Ryan and Mark the Point. Watch Jeremy at Color Up. They have all these, amazing strategies to play. I will tell you this, for my money, there's no strategy, right? There's ways to play. A way to play is this. $25 on the 9 pays 35 and it looks like 10. That's a regression strategy, right? You can be a regression better and then on the next bet, 15 for 1, up and pull, right? That's a way to play. Which numbers you pick to play and how big that regression is or how big that's what a strategy is, right? Just put your bets where you want to be. You can go all the way across, press, regress. You can go all the way across, same bet. All the way across, full press, pull. All the way across or not. Just do the insides, right? Bet just the inside and do a permanent press. Bet just the insides and do a 66, skill 66 style play. Once you're out of the hand, there's a million ways, quote unquote, to play. Call them strategies if you want to. To me, it's just methods. They're ways to work your bets. And you can be a presser, press the number that came, press more than one number that came, press the sister number, press nothing. That's the way you play these things. You got to make your own kind of way to do it. I'm just giving you the option here of once you're out of the hand, mentally you have permission to go hard. That's phase 2. Phase 2 is a 3 to 4 roll, go hard to lock something up. Give yourself permission at that point to go hard for a longer period of time. That's what I'm trying to describe when I talk about these things. I hope that makes sense, right? Whether the strategy is, let me go back to the screen here. Whether the strategy is the storm or permanent press or steak and shrimp or the iron cross or whatever it is, it doesn't really matter what you call them. It's what you're doing with your money and when you do it with your money. The thing is the when to me, right? DC Pony, great ways to start out, right? When you put your bets out, to me, it's all about this. Let's go back a screen here. Let's go back here. It's when you put your money out and for what purpose your money's out there for, right? Getting out. I put a bunch of money out there in the storm so I could be safe for a minute. 2 rolls and I'm able to make this decision. Then I have this phase where I'm trying to get up. 2 to 3 rolls, maybe 4 rolls, like we just did. Full press, out, regression, right? What I do in that get up phase, whether it's same bet, hammer pressing, Philly pressing, double tapping, triple, whatever you want to call it, be aggressive for a few rolls, lock in some money and do another regression. That's what I'm suggesting. Then who cares? Lock up something that you're proud of and just let it happen. Do your thing, right? What your thing is up to you. How hard you want to press is up to you. What strategy you want to employ is up to you. I just want you to do it from a place of safety. Do it from let's get out of the hand first. Do it from let's get up a little bit second. Do it from let's rock the whole thing after that. Now, what's been frustrating for me recently is I've been able to get out of the hands. I've been able to get up a little tiny bit. I've not been able to go off. My days in the garage here have been get out, fine, get up a little tiny bit, 30, 40 bucks, and then I burn it. I've not been able to catch the massive roll. Haven't seen a monster. So that makes it tough to make a lot of money because you're going to be treading water in here a lot. There's a lot of treading water where my mouse is right here. A lot of treading water when you're doing that. So embrace that. But if you can get up quick, six rolls in, you're going to be okay. You're going to end up treading water, but treading water with floaties. You're going to get some extra juice out of it. So, all right, let me get out of here. Let's see. Nobody's come up with anything new, right? I think you're right, Connor. There's nothing new. It's just ways of looking at the same thing. And that's why I say I don't want to be like creating a new strategy and giving it some name, right? It's just ways, to me, it's ways to play. Ways to, I call it rhythm play. Like, for example, I have 5 minutes here. I have 5 minutes to show you this. When I talk about rhythm play, here's what I mean by that. The Philly Special is a good example of rhythm play. We'll just take one number as an example, right? One person's rhythm might be this. Same bet on the first one. The next one, press by one, okay? That might be your betting rhythm, right? There's your money back. There's your profit. The next bet, 15 pays 21, right? Press by one, pull back, right? That might be your pressing rhythm. People call that a strategy, right? The up and pull is a strategy name, right? It doesn't matter what you call it. It's what you're doing. If you're going to be that player, then be that player. That's totally cool, right? Another pressing rhythm is the G money, right? It's got a name because the guy that plays it all the time, that's his nickname. That's why it gets called this. But that pays 15 for one, looks like a quarter. Remember, we started out with 10 bucks, right? 25 pays 35. There's your 10 that you started with, $50 profit. Okay, that's a rhythm that you can do. I would double this now, right? Take that back, make it look like 20. 20 pays $28. You can take the 3, make it look like 50. So 10 goes to 25, 20 goes to 50, 50 pays 70, and there's your 20 bucks back with $100 in profit on that rhythm, right? 10, 20, now we go to 40, right? At 40 bucks, it pays 56, 55, $56. We'll take the buck, we'll drop a nickel. Now it looks like 100. 100 pays 140. Guess what? You started out with 40 bucks. 140, pocket 2 blacks, and now you're at 40 bucks, right? Where you were. That's a rhythm press. Call it what you want to, but if you bet every number in that same rhythm, that's the way you can play. Whatever you call it, nobody's got anything new, right? Waylon ain't doing anything new. What Waylon's doing is saying, if I bet these numbers in this rhythm, and his rhythm is loss go up, win come down, win come down. The rhythm that he's doing and the numbers that he's picking, if it's the 5, 6, 8, 9 or the 4, 5, 9, and 10 on that same rhythm, he can call it steak and shrimp. He can call it inside awesome or the ultimate inside. Whatever he calls it, it doesn't matter. It's rhythm, right? It's getting into a rhythm with the table. Yesterday, he won his $1 million with the 410 ladder and the inside, I forget the inside name, right? All he's doing is rhythm betting, right? The 6 hits, press the 5. The 5 hits, press the 6. The 8 hits, he's just rhythm pressing in here, and it's on repeat. Rinse and repeat. The 410, ladder the loss, hammer the wins. Ladder the loss, hammer the wins. It's rhythm. All strategies is pressing or collection rhythm on repeat. They're all the same. They're all the same in terms of I'm betting on a number, I'm sometimes pulling back, I'm sometimes pressing up. Call it what you want to call it. And that's what you got to get into. And I tell you all the time, practice that stuff. Like practice your bet rhythm. Practice what you want to do, what's comfortable for you. My favorite betting rhythms are tier pressure and Philly special. That's the way I like to press and play. On a great roll, I make a fortune. On an okay roll, I generally speaking double up my initial spread. On a shitty roll, I zero it out. That's my rhythm, and that's the way I choose to play. So do with it what you will, everybody. Just follow the pattern. Get out of the hand quick so you can do your rhythm. To me, my get up rhythm is the tier pressure. Get out of the hand quick so you can run your rhythm quickly. Take that rhythm, make your profit, switch to whatever you're going to do, the long-term press rhythm, whatever that is for you. I want to talk to you about playing styles, not about exact ways to play. That's what I want to switch. My messaging is going to be more about that than actual strategies. Hope that makes sense. Okay. There we go. Yeah, there are ways to remember. I like that, Waylon. In coding, I'd call it a variable. It's a way to remember what you're doing. I call that 4 press thing, I call it tier pressure because I'm tiering up my bets and applying pressure. That's what I call it so I don't forget. The rhythm I just showed you, the G money thing, I call that the Philly special because I'm doing it on 5 numbers. I do that so I don't forget what it is, right? Ultimately, it's the rhythm that I've got memorized and I just do it like that, right? Call them what you want to. I got to get out. Getting out of the hand light side is important. The regression is important. El Toro, professional craps player. What does he say all the time? Guy plays for a living. What does he say to you all the time? Regress your freaking bets. That's the way you get out there. Go big, come down, shoot the moon. Go big, come down, shoot the moon. My thing is that before I shoot the moon, I get up. I make sure I waste 2 or 3 rolls to get up and lock before I shoot the moon. That's the difference between me and the more aggressive players. El Toro, Gargoyle, Ed, those guys. I play the middle tier, right? I get up and come down. I get up, I come down, and then I go. That's my rhythm. My rhythm is a double regression in the first 6 rolls. Then I shoot it. Works for me. I got to go. It's 8:56. I have class starting in 4 minutes. My students are waiting for me. So no time today to go through the PCs. Really, I'm sorry. I know you're talking to me out there. I missed your points. I'm sorry I went too long today, but it is what it is. Doesn't mean I don't love you. I love you all. You're my favorites. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Let's have a better paycheck tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be Friday. Better paycheck in the garage. Friday Follies out here. We're going to start the $1 Million Challenge over again. I'll start it here. We'll do it all day tomorrow. And hey, with that said, I'm out. Y'all have a great rest of your Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, all.